A warm welcome to another episode of your favorite show, The Pep Talk, with me, Sudeep Nag. So, this video is for all the leaders who are looking to enhance their leadership skills. Particularly, I have identified this area for you: crisis management. You know that a normal situation, something of a certainty, where things are going normal, changes into an uncertainty, and then changes into risk and then panic, and you are under pressure as leaders how to handle this situation because it's now turned into a crisis situation. So leading with clarity, calm, control when it matters most. And when does it matter most? When the situation is something like this, of crisis. What we are exactly going to cover: understanding what is crisis management, what defines a crisis actually, then the crisis management cycle, how it moves, leadership skills under these situations, pressures, core capability are tested, and the real leader is now tested. Crisis communication, not normal, but a framework where clarity is more important, credibility of messages, because now you can't make any mistakes. Decision making in that moment, you have no information, and all the other information in the past doesn't work here. Building your plan for crisis, being prepared. So, what is a crisis? An organization's people, operations, reputations of finances, and demands an urgent, coordinated response in that situation. It is defined less by the event itself and more by how quick it must be understood, decided upon, and acted upon. Time, there is pressure. So you know that you can't wait to take the decision, you can't wait to discuss, can't wait for the instructions. High visibility, stakeholders are watching, staffs are watching, media is watching. You are under pressure, high stakes, crores are, lakhs are at stake. So what outcome it will give will affect the trust, credibility of your brand, safety, and so many things, and the future. Types of crisis that leaders face: it's financial crisis, cash flow shocks, frauds, sudden loss in funding, cyber and data breaches, system outdated, reputation, public backlash, viral criticism. Now you have online, Facebook, etc. Some messages which are not true, PR failures, operational failures, crisis due to operations, supply chain is blocked and broken, equipment is failed, there is an accident, people and HR, misconduct, walkouts, complaints, people leave, attrition, unions, natural external disasters, pandemic. You can't expect those. So, how does this crisis management cycle actually moves from early warning signs to full recovery? So, the four stages is, of course, prevention. You can prevent it. You can be prepared for situations, identifying the risks. So you have to be proactive and areas where you are vulnerable before they escalate. I'm sure you noticing, you know, you feel, but nobody acts unless the situation is something like what I'm saying. Preparedness. What are your plans? Have you trained for these situations? Have you seen, studied? Have you assigned roles if situations like this comes? Always think and prepare for the bad times and what are the responses at that time. Are you able to decide? Are you able to communicate? What is the impact? And recovery, restoring operations and building and everything normal. Core crisis leadership skills: calm decision, calmness, staying level headed, and think under pressure. That is where you are tested, because in pressure, in stress, it's just you just not normal as you are. You can't think as normal. You know that it happens. So that is where you have to practice and take up such situations where you've not been before. and still handle it with care and calm and clear communication, because you can't speak when you're stressed, when you're under pressure, you can't speak normal. So delivering direct, honest updates without any doubts, barriers, ambiguities, and of course empathy. People need empathy. There is an issue, you have to acknowledge it, and there is uncertainty in people. So you have to, as a leader, build back that trust that you are there. Adaptability, because the situation in the past and as per plan, it is not gone. It's all different with something that you have not seen. So you have to adapt. Decisiveness, how quickly you act, and what is the decisions you take. Crisis communication framework and audience. So who needs to hear this? So say that much. Message, what exactly are the facts and what are the impacts, what I should say, how much I should say, channel, how I should communicate. Should I call everyone and speak? Should I tell them over a call or virtual media? What should I do? And what is the timing? Should I say it? Should I wait? Should I? Sometimes these are important. Some do's and don'ts during crisis. Acknowledge the crisis. Don't say that this nothing is wrong. There is something, a crisis, and you know that this is not normal. Communicate consistently. Consistency. Focus first on safety, well-being of people. Focus on people first in scenarios like this. So, and documented decisions and timelines important. And don't speculate. Let silence create a vacuum. Don't do that. Don't keep quiet. That even makes people more vulnerable. And wait for the perfect information. No, there is nothing going to be perfect. Assign blames. No, there is no point blaming each other. You have to act as a leader. Decision making and pressure. Is it scenario the same? No. So first of all, observe, see what is the situation, how much you can gather, are there information available, orient, assess the impact, urgency, metrics, and all that. Who are being affected most? Decide, choose upon the available, you know, data. You have to then make the call. You can't wait. Act and execute with firmness so that you can see the result and monitor it. So EQ plays a role. Self-awareness. You have to see that you are not stressed and you are not angry and you are not under pressure and showing it. Then regulate it. That's what first you realize that you are, and then regulate. And social awareness, how you are behaving, how what you're speaking. Of course, not going to be now. That's why. And relation still maintaining the relationships. Common crisis and mistakes people make: react too slow. You just sit back and say that something will happen. Let's see. No, nothing is going to happen. You will have to be there. Inconsistent messaging again creates more problems. Over promising doesn't help. Again, you will be in the backseat very soon. And ignoring human impact. Human impact, dealing with emotional intelligence is the core of this. Building your crisis management plan, identify the 5 risk scenarios. So risk management comes into play. Assign crisis responses teams who can play what role. Draft holding statements. Get it in written. Get all the scenarios. Map communication channels with each stakeholders. Set decision making authority that this is the person who's going to decide. I'm the person who's going to decide. And take the ownership and schedule a review. So scenario-based discussion, there could be one scenario, say a data breach exposes customer information. Scenario 2, a key production line has failed. Scenario 3, a viral social media post has caused an issue. So these are situations. So all different situation needs different planning. This is important where you need to understand that there is a certainty that, okay, the situation is certain. I know this is the normal. So I know the answer, what's going to happen, what I'll do as a leader in that situation. That's not crisis. Uncertainty, yes. There's ambiguity. There is unclear information available. Situation unclear, but I can manage because you are experienced. And the risk, you have done the risk management, risk metrics. You can wait. You know what are the pros and cons, and you can do that. Under stress, this is where your leadership skills comes in and into play, and timely and things are at stake. That's You are under pressure, and that's where the crisis management comes into play. And don't let it boil to the other side of panic. Then everything shuts down, and it's very tough. So here is the entire stages of crisis management and decisions related to it: certainty, uncertainty, risk, stress, panic. Information is a key part where certainty information is complete, in uncertainty incomplete, in risk is probable, may not. Stress scenario information is narrow, very less. Panic, there is none. So time again is a factor, very big factor. In certainty, this normal day-to-day work, ample time is there. Uncertainty, moderate. Again, in risk also is moderate, because these situations we deal with, we are trained for. Stress is limited time, and panic is there is no time. So best tools are uncertainty, SOPs, checklist as usual, business as usual, and uncertainty scenarios. Planning is important in that scenario. In risk matrix and risk tree. Stress as simplified protocols, and panic is trained reflexes. So leadership skills is execute confidently in certainty, obviously, and gather and explore in uncertainty. Weigh and decide in risk, and stress is simplify and delegate. But in panic, it's interrupt it and stabilize, where you have to be stable. So takeaways: speed in building trust, one clear voice, people first approach, prepare before it happens. I hope this module on crisis management will be very useful in your factories, in your hospitals, in your corporate offices, and each and everywhere where leaders are dealing day to day with such scenarios, which are normal, certain, but anything of this can happen. So here I am to prepare you for that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, have a great day. See you very soon.